Hey there, you guys. So it's your Coach Daphne here, and I'm actually going to be sharing this video in a couple of different groups. So it's not specific to, anybody or any particular environment. Like I said, I'm going to be sharing this in a couple of different accountability groups that I'm a part of. So I was watching one of Autumn's live videos yesterday. For those of you that are in the Beachbody world in terms of coaching, you may be in her exclusive coach-only test group for 80-Day Obsession. And it's pretty cool. She goes in there, she goes live a couple times a day. She talks about, where we are in the program, what expectations we should be having, how we should be feeling, on certain days. Because this truly is a science and a process that we're going through. We're going through just different changes with our body. It's not just about eating good food and exercising. It's understanding each phase that we're going to go through. So in terms of what I wanted to replicate to you guys in a video is to trust the process. And this has been one of my biggest sentences, quotations, whatever, for a couple of years now. I mean, truly trust the process. We are, if you're doing 80-Day Obsession, we are 17 days in today, okay? Maybe you're doing another program. Maybe you've been doing multiple programs. Maybe you aren't doing any programs at all right now, depending on which group that I'm actually posting this into. However, coming up to this day 17, in terms of checking with some of my challengers, checking with some people in my other accountability group, and then just seeing a lot of the feedback from the coaching group, I'm seeing a lot of people get discouraged about where they are, on day 17. And in my mind, I'm like, it's 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks, nothing changes in 2.5 weeks. With some people, it does, right? I mean, there are people that are losing 9 pounds, 16 pounds, and doing amazing. But just like Autumn said, your body will do what it needs to do when it's time to do it. And she explained the process of your body going through, how do I say this right? I'm probably gonna botch it. Cortisol response, meaning when your body is under stress, it retains water. And some people, that phase that you go through is anywhere between 10 days and 2 weeks. So right now, if you're in that phase of, gosh, I've been eating right, I've been drinking water, I've been getting enough sleep, I'm, doing my workouts, and you're not seeing a lot of change, just know if you're not seeing change on the outside, it does not mean that there's not change going on the inside. I posted in my challenge group. So if you're in my challenge group, I posted in there the other day exactly this, trust the process. When I started Turbo Fire, it was a 90-day program. I took before photos. I took photos at 30 days. I'm like, I don't see any difference. And I could have quit right there. I could have gave up and went. I went a whole flippin' month doing this, right? A month, really? I laugh when people go, well, I gave it 2 weeks. I'm like, you really, this is a lifestyle. You don't just start something and have an end date in mind. So anyways, at 60 days at Turbo Fire, I finally was noticing a difference. And even asked my husband at 90 days, 22 pounds just went out. Just totally went out, just from my elbow. Just totally shed right off me. Because it's a 90-day program. It's designed to give you results in 90 days. Not 30 days, not 60 days, but 90 days. And just like Autumn mentioned in her video, this is an 80-day program for 80-Day Obsession. So if you're doing a 90-day program, a 60-day program, a 21-day program, you got to know that there's a reason why there's that length in that program. You can't start 80-Day Obsession and get discouraged that you haven't lost weight in 2 weeks. Maybe get discouraged if you haven't lost weight in 80 days, because then we've got a problem. But if you're truly trusting the process, you're following the plan that is designed and laid out for you, you're going to have results. So on the flip side of that, celebrate the successes that you are having. I'm really big, and it took a lot of personal development for me to get here, but I'm really big on celebrating your strengths versus always harping on your weaknesses. If you're constantly reminding yourself of things you can't do or things you suck at or things that just aren't going well, you're always going to be in that state of mind. And it's how you're always going to kind of look at everything around you. When you kind of get in that funk of, gosh, I'm not eating well, I'm not working out. Well, what happens? Well, my relationship's not going well, I'm a bad mom. Everything else seems to come down with it. So change that mindset around. Think about all the positive things you're doing. Gosh, it's 2.5 weeks into a program. I've worked out every single day. I've ate to the best of my ability. I have more energy than in these last 2 weeks than I've had in the last year, which if you're doing 80-day obsession, I'm tired as all hell. I can't even say I've got that energy. By Friday, I hit the crash, but it's a good tired. It's a good, my body's working tired, not like an exhausted, out of shape, overweight, kind of sluggish tired. It's a totally different type of tired. So celebrate those good things that are happening. Inches lost, any little bit of weight that's lost. Yes, we want to celebrate that kind of stuff, but that's not the indicator of success. Celebrate that you have stuck to it, especially if you haven't stuck to anything for this long before. And you might be laughing going, it's 2.5 weeks. It's hard for people to stay committed to a program for 2.5 weeks. It happens every time I run a challenge group. Everybody's excited. Everybody's motivated. Everybody's got goals. Everybody has a vision of what they're going to look like and how they're going to feel when they complete their program. And the first week, again, they're posting in the group. They're sharing their photos. They're sharing their healthy meals. By the second week, the meals kind of taper off a little bit because they're not eating as healthy anymore. The workouts went from every day to, oh gosh, I'm going to try to do it, later on, I'm going to catch up. Oh, I'm going to try to do a double because I didn't do yesterday's. And then usually by week 3, they're out of sight, out of mind. I can't even find them on Facebook Messenger. It's like, what happened to all these people? So I totally get that. We kind of get burnt out on these things. And 2.5 weeks in, Autumn mentioned it in a video the other day, we might be feeling that 3-week burnout. I mean, we're feeling it. We're tired. We're doing things to our body that, we probably haven't done before or, in a long time. We're eating a lot more food than probably what we're accustomed to. And, when you start something new, it's great. But once you get into that routine and it becomes mundane, we get bored. And I had a conversation with one of my coaches the other day, and I was telling her because she felt like she was kind of getting off track. And I said, I think because the stress starts to calm down, we're not in that, I got to figure this out. I have to plan my meals. I got to look at a calendar. I have to research. I have to know how to do all this. Once we kind of know how to do it and it becomes second nature, then we feel like we're doing something wrong. If something's not chaotic, I know that's how it is in my world. If my world's not turned upside down crazy and there's nothing to do or it's too quiet, I'm like, this doesn't feel right. I'm missing something. Something that, something's gonna break any minute now. It's gotta break because I feel like I always gotta be in that reactive mode. And that's what a lot of people do. They go through these fitness programs and then once they kind of get into a routine, they're like, take it or leave it. It doesn't seem as important because it's not so out of reach at that time. So anyways, the next thing I wanted to lead on to is just not comparing yourself to others. And I don't feel like I always have to make this a reminder, but I really do have to make this reminder. Even coaches on my team are still doing that same thing. And here we tell our challengers, don't compare yourself to others. And then we turn right around and we're, hiding in the bathroom on the scale going, oh my gosh, I shouldn't be weighing myself right now, but I'm weighing myself. And, so-and-so's already lost this and so-and-so's doing that. It's really hard to not compare. So I tell, people, switch that comparison around to a challenge. It's one thing to compare yourself to others. It's another thing to aspire to be someone. So if you are following someone and maybe they're doing the things that you want to do, don't compare your right now to where they got started, a long time ago or whenever they got started. Aspire to do that then. If they're hitting the goals that you want to hit, don't feel crummy about yourself. Get excited about the opportunity because if they've done it, you can do it too. Just like with business, I'm not going to bring any business stuff into it, but when people get discouraged about their own business, I'm like, don't compare yourself to someone else that's doing better than you. Use that to motivate you, knowing that if they're doing it, the opportunity, the doors are wide open and that you could do it too. So the last thing that I wanted to leave you guys on is, like I mentioned before, just because you don't feel like something's happening right now does not mean that nothing's happening. You cannot work out every single day, eat good, get enough rest, and take care of your body and not have something happen. And too often, because we physically don't see change, we get discouraged and we give up. But just know that you're doing something so good for your body, no matter how long it takes. For me, I've been doing this for 7 years. I was never consistent with working out. And so I love that, you know what, there's gonna be times that I fall off. There's gonna be times I don't eat good. There might be, well, not anymore, I hope, but there were periods of weeks and weeks that would go in between me working out. But the thing was, I knew there was never a deadline. This is my lifestyle, and I gotta figure out how it works for me. One of my challengers the other day, she made a comment that, every once in a while she wants to have a glass of wine, and she knows if she doesn't get the results that she's looking for, she's okay with it because she indulged and had some wine. That's exactly how I feel too. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm not going to try to be perfect for 30 days or 60 days or 80 days. I'm being my own version of perfect and what works for me. I like to have, a glass of wine or a Coors Light or whatever, and I'm not going to feel guilty if I go and indulge in that, because I know that 6 months from now, a year from now, I'm still going to be doing that. So I'm not going to restrict or cut things out of my life that I feel like is not going to be sustainable for the long term. So just know, no matter how long it takes to get your results, you're going to get the results. It might take you longer. It might take you sooner than somebody else. But again, we're not comparing. This is your journey, not their journey. So again, well, I guess I already said the last thing, but this truly is the last thing. I love what Autumn said, and unfortunately, I can't share her videos from the group. It's showing attachments unavailable when I shared outside the group, so that's kind of why I'm duplicating this to you. I love how Autumn said that she chooses this as a lifestyle. People often come to me and they go, "Oh, it's so easy because you're a coach or you're staying at home so you can work out anytime you want." It is not easy, and it took a lot of personal development and a lot of me changing my mindset to, this is the type of lifestyle that I want. I don't want to feel crummy. I don't want to feel bloated and overweight, and when I put my pants on, doing the whole side to side or jumping up and down. Like, I don't want to do that anymore. So I made a decision that this is my lifestyle. I'm not perfect. I'm not obsessed. I mean, I'm kind of obsessed right now, but I'm not obsessed with like looking good or physically. I just knew that I wanted this as my lifestyle. I knew that I want my family to have better eating habits, even though, we might go to Taco Bell or we might have our alcohols or whatever. Like, overall, this is my lifestyle, but I chose this. I make a conscious effort every single day. It does not come easy. It's not like I just wake up and go, "Oh, I just did my workout today." It is a constant, like, you can do this, you can do this. And then the little guy over here is like, "No, go back to bed." So you guys get it. Like, it's a struggle for me, but it's something that I choose. I choose this. And if you choose this, it doesn't mean that it has to become your whole entire life. You just made a conscious effort that there's parts of your life that you want to improve on and be consistent with for the long term. Again, not for 80 days, not for 21 days, not for a year, but this is part of your lifestyle. And when you look at it that way, it takes some of that pressure off of trying to reach a certain goal by a certain date, because you're going to do this always. I'm always going to do this. I 100% am on the same page as Autumn. I don't weigh myself all the time. I have a certain range that I know that I am comfortable at, where my body likes to be. Every once in a while, I'll get on the scale and go, "Okay, I'm still there." Where it's like, "Oh crap, maybe I shouldn't have had all those beers last night," But I know where I need to be. I don't know the last time I took measurements, which are bad because I'm doing the 80-day obsession test group. I should have took measurements. But that's not my focus. That's not what I care about. What I care about is how I feel. What I care about is how my clothes look. What I care about is, having energy and not feeling like dog shit tired all the time. And the more I work out, the healthier that I eat, I just notice everything around me kind of improves. I keep myself in that positive level. My relationship is better. My business does better. Not because I'm like out promoting or selling more things, just people can see that I'm different when I'm taking care of myself, okay? So anyways, I just wanted to do this quick video for you guys. I'm not even quick, it's almost 15 minutes. But just as a reminder, don't compare yourself. Choose to be on this journey every day for the rest of your life. Like I said, it doesn't mean it has to take over. You don't have to be a Beachbody coach. You don't have to be obsessed and constantly always thinking about it. But it doesn't take much to fit in an exercise every day and just to make some conscious, better choices when it comes to your nutrition. Okay? This is your Coach Daphne. Have a wonderful day.